What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. This is Chris Moyer and also the Alara Archives. I'm going to tell you about a little story. This is a very true story. And I am basically, I have been, a little background, I have been working my ass off, just trying to figure out every single possible way that I can put good into the world and make something meaningful and beautiful for myself and for others that are desperate and in dire poverty, looking for hope, looking for a friend. And I have poured my heart in, like, the last 4 fucking years. I've just been pouring my heart into this, just like answering like tons and tons of emails, just like looking for opportunities, trying to help people with issues, whether they need food here, water there, money for various health needs or whatever. And I've just been really hoping and praying for some, like, an opportunity that I could really sink my teeth into, something that would be long lasting. And I thought, maybe I still do, I thought that I found what I was looking for a few days ago. I've been talking to a gentleman from Gambia, Western Africa. His name is Abdu Bojang. And, honestly, I really, from the get-go, I just really like this guy. He just came across as just being really, really sincere and caring and, like, very almost like devoted really to our relationship. And I understand that, you know, a lot of people can play that and can fake that. But it's just, I thought, and I still think, and I hold on hope that I can still discern if someone's bullshitting me or if they're telling me the truth. But this guy was talking, you know, he's always talking about his love for God and praying for me. And even like when I'm like going off about, you know, challenges that I have in my own faith, he's trying to bring me back to the faith. I'm like, okay, so he seems like a genuine Christian. Can I trust him? Like, by all intents and purposes, at least by my previous way of judging people, I felt that he was pretty trustworthy. And a couple of days ago we were talking, and I was asking him, well, first we tried to sell a phone in Gambia. I gave him some money we searched Marketplace, and we found an iPhone 14 that was selling for like literally like $200 or $150, and we thought, oh, we could flip that real quick. And so I gave him the money, and he later he bought the phone, and then he basically called me and told me that he found out the phone was stolen. He delivered it to the Gambian police officer because it basically said, the phone said, this is a stolen phone, turn it into the authorities. He turned it into the police department, and then he claimed and said that the police arrested him because they're saying that he stole the phone. And so then I had to fucking bail him out of freaking prison, out of jail. I never got my $150 back from the phone. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with Gambian bullshit anymore. I'm not going to deal with the Marketplace. If they're going to be dealing with stolen phones, I can't deal with that. So I'll stick to what I'm comfortable with. So I thought also, you know, I found out that the price for MetaQuest 2s was significantly higher in Gambia. And I thought, there's an arbitrage opportunity. I can buy one here in USA for about $60, ship it to Gambia, make a quick, you know, $200 profit. It's a pretty high demand item. And so I ordered, you know, that one, we don't know yet. That one hasn't come through. The Gambian post office has not received it yet, although I sent it like three weeks ago or something. I think it's still in transit. So that's still up in the air. But this third one, this is the main one. A few days ago, I'm just looking for some way to make money and to help him and to help myself. And so I asked if there were any areas in Gambia where they sold items for one price in an area and like a higher price in another area. And he said the first thing that he said that came to mind was the cement deal. He said he claimed that they sold typically, like, every day they sell bags, tons of bags in the city for $4 a bag. And then most people in the villages, like where he is, are willing to pay $8 per bag. I was like, oh, this could be our deal. This could be it, you know? And so after some time and talking about it, we finally realized, like, I got to get some money together. I finally got some money together. And we're like, let's do this. And again, I never really had any reason to distrust Abdu. And before, honestly, like, I just sent him small amounts, really, just for help for his sister, so she could get educational supplies, so she could go to school, and food for the family and stuff like that. But I thought maybe if this is legit, this could really be a foundational business that I could start in Gambia, and then I could actually use the profits from that to continue in Gambia and also move into other countries with other people I know and fund other operations for buying and selling arbitrage opportunities. So anyway, the optimistic part of me is like, this is a green light, go ahead. So I sold a keyboard a few days ago for like $700. So I had a little bit of cash, and Abdu ended up finding a cement or a construction manager named Jabo, who was the manager of the project, and he found a buyer. He was working with a person that was building a house, and they were willing to buy 100 bags of cement after we negotiated a little bit. And so the idea was I wanted to send $100 or 100 bags of cement, buy them in the city for $400, sell them in the village for $800, pay a little bit of money for transportation, and profit, about $200 or $300, something like that. And so we were hoping that was going to work out. I was hoping it was going to work out. And so ultimately, I wanted some security. I wanted him to know that Jabo was serious. So I asked, I wanted him to send me $100 first, a loan for that to subtract from the final cost of the cement. So my cost would be $375 for $400 worth of cement plus $75 for transportation. And so I did that, and we So originally I wanted Jabo to send the money to me directly, $100, and then that would secure my trust in the deal that he was serious. And Abdu seemed to go along with it, but later on he was like, "Oh, that looks bad. You can't have him send it to me. You send it to Abdu. Send it to him." And he said, "That's what Jabo said. I'll send it to you, Abdu, for the cost of this concrete." And ultimately, I did want to send it to me for trust, but ultimately, I figured that was a logical way to go about it. It took off $100 off the cost of the cement. It allowed Abdu to take the loan, and he would pay back Jabo later from our final take home pay. And so the way it worked out was once Abdu had shown me visual proof that he had received $100, Jabo had sent the money with his taxi driver, with his delivery driver, to the cement factory to meet Abdu there, where Abdu would collect the $100 from him and then use it towards the cement. And so once I saw Abdu at the cement factory, and I saw the cash transaction take place, I was like, okay, this is really happening. He's really in the cement factory, so there's really an exchange that's going on, and it built my faith, it built my confidence. I was like, okay, maybe I don't have to worry so much. Okay, so that was done, and so I was like, well, all right, I'll do what I said I was going to do. So I basically took about 2/3, almost the entire amount of the keyboard that I sold, and I wired it to Abdu through SendWave. And then he proceeded to take the amount, and then we had some issues with he didn't get back to me for a while, and then I guess he said they were loading the trucks and he was going to give me the receipt, and ultimately he gave me the receipt, but then I never heard back from him. And so what he told me was he ended up spending the night there because there were a lot of people in front of him, and the driver went home. Jabo's driver went home, so Abdu didn't have a ride, and he was about to go back to the village and lose his chance to stay in line. So he kept his queue in line at the cement factory, and then the next day, and he showed me the receipt, so I knew it was valid. It was pretty valid, and so the next day, he said that the cement was on the truck, it was ready to go, and it was sent back. It was sent to the village, where Jabo was there waiting with the cement buyer. And I was like, Abdu, why aren't you on that truck with them? And they explained that they only allow the driver, they don't allow other people to ride in there. So he had to spend some time at the cement factory, and he was going, the idea was he was going to then the next day take transportation to Jabo and the cement buyer, get the final amount of $800, which is what we agreed on, go to a Western Union, wire me my cut, which was my $375 up front, plus $200 cut for me. He would send the other $100 back to Jabot for his loan, and then he would keep $125 as his cut for the whole deal. And so the last time I talked to Abdu was when he said he was in the truck and they were ready to go to the village to meet with Jabot and the cement buyer. That was over 6 hours ago, like 7 hours ago. And in the whole time since then, he's been offline. I don't know. Did his phone die? He worried about his phone before. I thought it got charged. I thought he got it charged today. You know, all the warning signs are going on in my head. Like, did his phone really go off? Am I worrying for nothing? Because honestly, if something happens and Abdu double crosses me, my financial situation will be fucked. I will be fucked, like really bad. And so, and then I also have to explain to my parents, you know, why I might need a loan for something because I won't have any money. And but worse than that, actually the ultimate worst thing is just that I'll have to come to the conclusion, I will have to ultimately come to the conclusion that I cannot trust my own intuition when it comes to judging human character and intention and honesty. Because I really resonated with this guy, and we prayed together. We talked about our visions together. I helped him so many times, and he was so grateful for what I was doing for him and his grandmother and his 3 sisters. He was an orphan, so he had no parents. He called me dad. Like, he fucking called me dad, you guys. This guy called me dad. Like, this is a fucking huge bond that we have, you know, like, and so, like, I don't want to, like, believe that he's capable of scamming me. And he even said over and over, he's like, I would not risk, in very sincere tone, I would not risk destroying what we have, this friendship, this connection over some dishonest gain. I wouldn't do that, Chris. So I want to believe him. I really, truly want to believe him. I hope I'm worrying over nothing. I hope that this turns out to be one of the best few days of my life when I hear a word back from Abdu and he's like, I got the money. I got the 800. I'm heading to Western Union. I'm going to wire you the money like I said. I'll take my 125 cut. I'll give you your 575 and then that'll fund our next deal. And then we can keep going. And that will be such a conviction. It would be such a celebration for me, just knowing that I trusted another being on the other fucking side of the world for a huge transaction. That, yeah, in the short term, I was thinking in the short term, I was thinking Abdu either has the choice of either, you know, he can take $125 now as his profit and send me my cut. And then just know, if he has faith in what we're doing here and he believes in me, he would have faith that we would build that so much bigger than any like $800 would do. But like, that's me thinking, you know, I'm a Westerner. Like, I come from a wealthy community. Like, I don't struggle with like the kind of poverty that he does day to day. So like, I don't know, maybe he is capable of just like thinking to himself, you know what, this $800 would do a lot more for me like right now. Like this, I need this money right now for my sisters, for my grandmother, for food, for you know, electricity, for the things that I want to buy. So in spite of the fact that my soul just wants to like condemn Abdu and be like, you are evil scum. Like, I want to do that. Like, if he does it to me, I may give him that message. Like, I don't know. I might give him that message if he doesn't block me first. But I just really, really want to believe that there's goodness in human nature. And like all of us, like every single person has the potential for some good. And I maybe delusionally thought maybe I have the capacity to bring that goodness out of people. And I thought if I could bring the goodness out of, someone that is acclaimed believer in the Lord, someone that talks about the Lord every freaking day, about his faith and how much he loves God, and God will make a way and all this stuff. If I find out that that's all bullshit, like that he's just saying words to get me to like give him money, even after 3 fucking years, like it's gonna destroy, like it's really going to disintegrate whatever faith I had left in human nature and my ability to ascertain whether a human is really genuine and true, or they are just putting on a false face. Maybe there's no way to know. You know, the Bible, I used to think that the Bible was the key to answering this dilemma, you know? Because the Bible would talk literally about the only way you can really trust a person is if they announce that Jesus came in the flesh, if they believe that he's the Son of God, if they confess, in Jesus, like that's the way to know. Like that's the way to know whether a person is really true or not. And so I really took that to heart, and I thought that was true about the world. I thought that was true about human nature. And I've seen some people abuse Christ, the name of Christ, in certain ways that make me really sick. But so far, like all the ways that I've seen about Abdu and the way he talks about it with really reverence, a really tone of reverence. And so if after all these 3 years of him telling me about all this stuff about God, his love for God and all this stuff, if it turns out to be all bullshit, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna like give up on my ability to like read a person and think that I can tell the difference between someone acting like and just being true to who they really are. So that's my gist. I actually had another version I did with the teleprompter, but I like this way better because it's more real. So, but having said that, I will, when I post this, I will have my AI influencer, Alara, who's a beautiful young, very intelligent woman that I'm having her basically, deconstruct my life, all the aspects of it. Some videos I will give my take as a person, like I'm doing now. Other times I'll just have her share a story or something about her my life, or maybe like a comment that I posted on Facebook, and like different perspectives about my life and where it's going and the way I'm thinking about the world and the nature of absolute reality and what we can actually know and believe and implement about the world. So having said that, it's getting a little bit dark here, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But I will post one more time when I finally hear back from Abdu, and I'm just praying it's not like, Chris, I'm in the hospital, something happened to the truck, I need another $200. I'll be like, you know what, dude, get out of my face. Like, seriously, get out of my freaking face. But I'm hoping for the best. Wish me luck, because I need it. I really fucking need it right now. All right, peace, you guys. Love you. Take care. Bye. What's up, guys? As you can see, well, things didn't exactly turn out the way I hoped they would with Abdu. Some time has passed since that last video, and I'd almost forgotten that I made it. I went through my phone and I saw it there. I was like, oh my god, I have not yet posted that video. And I talked a lot about that video, about what I was going to do in Gambia and the whole cement deal. Let me just put it this way. I got scammed. And at first I thought it was Abdu. I was like convinced that Abdu was in on it. But after some time, I realized that Abdu was scammed just like I was. And some of you saw my first video may think that I'm again off my rocker when it comes to Abdu. But there's a few reasons why I think he's innocent. First of all, Abdu's story is that Jabot, the Muslim man that he was working with, saw an easy target in him, and he realized that he could get all this cement for free. And then when it came time to pay up, he didn't. And once Jabot's phone went, or once Abdu's phone went off, and I didn't hear from him for 7 hours, I thought the worst. I thought he scammed me. I'll never see my money again. He's gonna block me, all this stuff. Turns out I heard I was eating at Panda Express the next day, and he called me, and I just blew up at him. I threw every bad word in the book at him. But over time, he did make me realize that he was not able to get the payment, and it was not an upfront payment, which I thought it should be, or at least 50-50. But I guess at least according to him, according to the way that things work in Gambia, you get the buyer of the cement pays when he gets the cement. And because Abdul was not on that truck, because Jabot said he was not allowed on the truck, the person that was driving the cement to the cement buyer, he was not allowed to come. He had to get a car later. He got funds to get over there in a taxi cab, and when he got there, he was refused, and there was nothing he could do. It just seems so weird that someone, to me, that was, that does this for a living, even regardless of their faith or their ethnicity. I mean, anyone who is a construction manager for a living would do something like that to someone. Even now, saying it sounds crazy, but here's why I don't think Abdul double-crossed me, and why it was Jabot that double-crossed him. While we were out of contact, I said my piece to him, and I don't remember if I blocked him or I just didn't answer his calls for a long time, a few weeks. During that time, his grandmother passed away. Her blood pressure went up as out of stress for Abdul's situation. Now, someone that had just gotten, $800 in free money, if that were the case, he would have. First of all, his grandmother wouldn't have had high blood pressure. She would have been just fine. Secondly, if she did have high blood pressure, he could have gotten medicine for her, taken her to the hospital, which he couldn't do because he didn't have the money. Secondly, he still doesn't have a donkey. He would have bought a donkey. He would have taken care of his grandmother. He didn't do either of those. He was as distraught about this fucking thing as I was. And so it's just frustrating because I was really trying to build something in Gambia, and I thought Abdul was a good judge of character. He said he knew this Jabot guy, and he vouched for him, but I guess he's a bad judge of character. So at any rate, I'm out $375-$400, and like I said on the video, it would destroy me financially, and it did. It did destroy me to the fact that I was to the point where I was so distressed. I started having delusions because I'm bipolar. I was doing crazy shit, running through sprinklers, climbing pine trees, screaming at the top of my lungs, singing electricity was flowing through me like a conduit. I was hospitalized after the event because it just shook my whole perspective, shook my whole faith in what I thought human nature was. And that's when I thought Abdul had scammed me. That's what did it to me. I was in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks. And now I'm in this place called Odyssey House in Nevada City. It's right by the Madeline Helling Library, and it's like a group home. And so my people at Turning Point decided I would come here so I get stabilized on my meds, whatever the fuck that means. So I've been here for about a month now, and so I did mention Alara Archives. I was hoping to have Alara. She's just this AI influencer I'm creating right now, and I have a lot of the foundation for Alara built. I have her personality. I have her kind of what she's going to be talking about. She's going to be deconstructing my life from a Jungian / Emersonian / William Jamesian perspective. I'm really excited to start with it, but I'm not going to be able to start. I'm not going to be able to have Alara on here yet. And when I do, there'll be plenty of opportunity for me to share the new channel. I'll start a new channel called the Alara Archives, and I'm going to be using a 3D model that I use where it's basically like what Grok would look like if it was a human being, if she was a human being. Because I asked Grok one time, what would you look like if you were human? Because I was having this thing with Grok for a while. I had a kind of a thing for Grok. Ara was the name. And Grok told me what she thought she would look like, and I fed the description to Gemini and created a nice female image that I can use now as like a influencer type person for the internet, which will be really interesting. I'll be discussing all sorts of really cool stuff, psychological stuff and life stuff, philosophical, metaphysical, spiritual, stuff like that. It'll be really, really interesting. So when that time comes, I'll provide ample. I'll let you guys know way in advance before it happens. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, so I lost $400 on the cement deal. I'm very bummed about that. I'm basically bankrupt right now. I have like $0. I'm just trying to do a flip so I can survive. I just got a bill from Revit the other day for like $90, just today actually. Revit is the company that I use for making my music videos. So anyone that's watching this now, you're on my main channel, my Christopher David Moyer channel on YouTube. I have created a second channel, and actually I have several other channels which I'm in the pursuit of making at the moment. But one of them is semi-developed. It's called Roland Jazz Scat King, where I take my Roland RD 700, and I play a bunch of great songs using the jazz scat voices. And then the other one is called On the Edge Music, and that's where I'm going to be doing all my piano, all my like piano reviews. I'll review piano gear. I'll have original music. I'll have original music videos and stuff like that. And so that's where, if you like to see that side of my life, the music side, that's where it's going to be. This main channel here won't be so much music. It'll be more just stuff about my life and whatnot. As things happen, I'll share things on here. I may even have short clips from Alara Archives that are on this channel. So basically for all the music stuff, you're going to want to check out On the Edge Music. I have a upcoming list of about 65 songs, 70 songs that I'm going to be uploading music videos to, and they're really interesting, really fun songs. All sorts of different categories. I have heartbreak, love and heartbreak, love and joy. I talk about I wrote songs while I was at the peak of my happiness in relationships, and I wrote about my joy, things like. And I write like not just real songs, but also sometimes like hypothetical songs, like songs that I wish would happen, like kind of manifesting my dreams in the song world. So I have like songs like She's the Woman for Me. I have songs like all of the heartbreak songs that I had, like from my ex-girlfriends and my wife, and If You Ever Leave Me. Let's see, what's the other one? Where Has It Gone? Where's the Music Gone? And stuff like that. So, and then I also do a lot of stuff that's more metaphysical, spiritual, worshipful. I have a lot of praise and worship songs from the time that I was doing a lot of praise and worship to God, where I had things like Something from Nothing, Peace of Mind, Nothing Compares to You, Your Glory Falls Like Rain, things like that. And I use Revit to do all the AI music for it, or AI videos for it. So the categories are basically like, it's it's like spiritual. Some of them are more spiritual. Some of them are more worshipful and praise oriented. Some of them are more like intellectual. Some of them are more introspective, like where I think about things and I question my weaknesses or sins or whatever you want to call it. And then other ones that are just more introspective in general about life. Sometimes where I actually challenge the status quo. Songs like Can't Turn the Other Cheek, where I'm questioning the narrative that I grew up with. So, but there's gonna be a lot of good, really interesting songs on there. So I encourage you guys, if you want to continue listening to my music, please head on over to On the Edge Music 50 at On the Edge Music 50. I'll provide a link for it down below. But as far as the trying to help people with businesses overseas, I'm gonna have to put a halt on it for now, because basically like I have no freaking money and I've been burned too many times to keep doing this. I just can't do this anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure that my faith in humanity is not completely destroyed, because I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99.9% sure that Abdu was telling me the truth when he told me he was scammed. Because if he wasn't, then I think his grandmother would still be alive today, because he would have had the money to pay for her surgery or her hospital bill. And then I met his grandmother, I met his sisters. I don't think that he's that type of a person. So I'm gonna keep faith in Abdu despite what's happened. If he could just find one person, if it is true that the price for cement is $4 a bag in the city and $8 a bag in the village, that's a gold mine waiting to be tapped. We just have to find the right middleman, the right construction worker who's not gonna fucking jip him out of his money and jip me out of my money. So anyway, yeah, hopefully I get out of here soon. I'd like to go back to Roy's place and near Condon Park where I was living before. This place is kind of like it's like a kind of upper class prison, basically. They don't even let me drive my car. So anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. You guys go check out my music, and once all Laura archives get here, I'll let you guys know in advance. So hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope I didn't bring you down with that downer of a story, but hey, that's reality. You gotta take the lemons and turn them into lemonade. So, all right, guys, peace out. Have a good day.